First of all, just personally, I was kind of one of the new kids at that time, and I was in the presence of many of my heroes, and suddenly I was a colleague, and I needed to make sure that I brought my best game every time. In those days, sessions could run as long as 8 hours. As I was talking last night about maintaining and sustaining character, they don't want to hear why you don't have the same energy in hour now 4 as you did in hour 0 or hour 1. But everybody has to bring their A game every time, not let down, not drop, no one wants to hear why you're getting tired. You're there to make this epic battle happen. That said, Wally Burr was on the other side of the glass, and it wasn't even a possibility because he was so insistent about that energy level, so much so that he would act a lot of the energy of it for us and with us. Look, fast forward on that and realize the longevity that this franchise has had. He guessed right. So however firm or authoritative he was, he guessed right because it still holds up. It's still acquiring new audience. It's still, finding another generation, which is just amazing in this world. But my profound, memorable moments were when Scatman would have long periods of time. Wally insisted that everybody who was in a given scene, if you were interacting with the people in that scene, which he had broken down, he wanted everybody in the same room because that energy is contagious, but so is that urgency, and so he demanded that. Sometimes there were too many of us in the room, and it was actually hard to stay out of each other's way. But when Scatman had time off, he would hold court either in the green room or outside. I'll never forget these moments and those interactions, or if he had happened to bring his ukulele on one day, it was all that and more, so much so that nobody wanted to go back into the studio. We just wanted to sit outside. When there were too many of us in the booth, Frank Welker, who's a one-man Foley, sound effects, God's gift to everybody on all sides of the recording process, would just go to the corner, invent an imaginary payphone, and do you remember this? He would make a call. Yeah, so you'd hear all of the digits dialing. You'd hear the money going down the payphone, and then you'd hear the other side of his call. And then you look over, and there, of course, he invented all of that out of thin air, but he just did it to sort of break the ice. All of us in our own ways had ways of breaking the ice. Frank had a noise that he made that sounded like the whole studio was arcing and blowing up. Engineers would dive for cover. There were things that happened. And also, because all of us had to be there for most recording sessions, but had time off between the pressure of actually recording, is we really got to know each other and understand each other's senses of humor. And I think friendships that were made out of that amount of time that we all spent together that have lasted decades. Also, those careers launching, which I told you about, we still all see each other. We still all have the same places that we generally go to either record or audition. And so a lot of it has sustained over time.